Welcome back! My name is Baller Scuba. This is Video Games Overtime. We are still in 1981, and we are still in Castle Wolfenstein. When we last left off, I said that I was going to meet you back where we were. It doesn't take me too long to get back there. It's just a bit of a struggle to get back there. But I think that I am fully equipped and ready to go. So let's try to get back where I was, and we can see if we can escape. Everything should be the same. I shot him twice. He was still a distance away. All right, the game doesn't want me to win today. That seems to be the issue right now. Let's try it again, I guess. You guys will be able to see the intro at its full speed. I did have to edit this just to make it work, but as you can see, the timing on this is very strange. We will always start in the same room, but we'll start in a different spot in the room every time that we boot this up. That's not a bad spot. Of course, I could just miss again. Like, this game is very difficult to start because everything is up to a random chance. The more that you actually start shooting, try to take the assassin route, so to speak, instead of the stealth route, every shot you stand a chance of losing. And it just takes one mistake, as you can see, in order to make that happen. So even though I started off great before, this time not so much. So we're going to wait for him. There we go. That wasn't so hard, was it? All right, I got his keys. Wait for this guy to come back down. Anytime you're ready. Okay. So I don't know which one of these guys has the keys that I need, but I always search both. All right. So I already know which ones I'm going to need to get into. I should be able to make it to the SS officer in about 5.5, 6 minutes, I think. I've done this a few times. The SS officer has proven to be the most difficult thing for me, but honestly, trying to get through this game without making one mistake with the control scheme as it is, and to be honest, the computer not recognizing a lot of my button presses has made this very difficult for me. So I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to make it out of this. I have before. So we are going to escape from Castle Wolfenstein. And I'll explain a few things that I've learned along the way. Number one, grenades are awesome and also very risky, but we'll get to that when we get there. As far as I can tell, there is not a button to holster my gun. I can run into the wall to holster my gun, but that's about it. I also know which way to go. We're only going to open up the treasure chest that I need. Try the keys. That should open. There we go. And we're up to floor number 3. There we go. Point that up. All right. This is the next treasure chest that we're going to need. It's a long one, but this is going to have grenades in it. The fact that people are walking in the room also makes this go a little bit slower. But like I said, we are going to need what's in here. There are grenades in here, and I'm going to need all 3 of them. I will try to show off using grenades, particularly on the SS officer. I was very lucky the first time that I went that way that he died in 1 bullet. I have fired, I believe, up to 8 bullets at him at a time, and it did not kill him. Grenades, also, not 100% guarantee that I'm going to kill the SS officer. I have seen the SS officer tank a grenade once, and I've seen the grenade go right through the SS officer twice. So maybe the game just has a few bugs to it. By the way, just search and you can just keep on grabbing grenades. Maybe the game has a few bugs to it, but you know, maybe there's just a lot of random chance going on in this game. It's really hard for me to tell on a game like this. Okay, up and around. I know exactly where I need to go. And this one's going to be my bulletproof vest. So now I have, I believe, 8 bullets. I have 3 grenades, and I have the uniform, and will very soon have the bulletproof vest. Also, if you throw a grenade and you're standing in the adjacent square when it blows up, you will lose your uniform and your bulletproof vest. You'll live, but it'll be a lot harder experience for you to make it further in the game. But as we have seen already, just a couple small mistakes or bad shots. What is going on? I hit left like 3 times and he didn't go. Oh well. Okay. Just a couple more rooms here and then we will make it to the SS officer. He's on... Oh, come on. See, now I'm rushing it and it's taking me a little bit longer. So this next room is going to be where the SS officer is. He is going to be difficult. I'm rushing things, and that's when you make mistakes. I should know better, but right now I'm getting a little frustrated with the game. It's not helping. All right, we're going to point our gun this way. We're going to go up here. All right. Got very lucky again. That is what I like to see. He has 8 bullets and keys, so I have 8 bullets. I believe one of these guys is going to have the key up here that I'm going to need. If not, the box there holds grenades, and I can actually throw a grenade to get through it. I was planning to show off grenades, but you know what? Let's show off a grenade. I'll blow up a wall with it. It's not like the best thing, but there you go. That's a grenade. You have to throw 2 of them just to get through the wall. So don't rely on it being an emergency escape for you. Also, there seems to be a large like time frame that you need between grenades. You can't just spam grenades. They don't let you do that. Okay. I hit the stop button. This is not going to be useful for me if this keeps happening. All right. Now we can head this way. And this way. That's not fair. I didn't even have a chance. You just spawned them on top of me. Okay. Through here, and we are up to level 4, and right here are the war plans. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to hope for the best. I might have to run into a wall to holster my weapon again. Having the weapon out is dangerous, but at the same time it's the only defense that I have other than my stealth. So we have made it officially back basically where we were before. We're on the 4th floor. We have this and one other floor to go. Hopefully where we need to go isn't too far. We didn't find the stairs to the 5th floor last time. But these are the war plans. We don't absolutely need them. I'm not even sure I grabbed them, but I'm going to go back and get them. How dare you walk into my open chest like that? I didn't. It was 2 seconds, and I apparently was too impatient to grab them. That's not a good sign for me. Let's head up and hopefully get through this. I remember this being the hardest part for me after getting through the SS officer. Yeah, still locked. We can actually just try a few times here, because as soon as I shoot my gun, they're going to be aware that I'm not an SS officer. Okay. Use the old tactic of wait for him to unlock it for me. I want you up here. Like, I'm so scared right now. One bad move and I am dead. Okay. I hit the button. I hit the button. That's not good. All right, 7 bullets and a grenade. Let's just try to get out of here now. Please, please, please. That's not good. Okay. If I point my gun this way, he shouldn't be onto me. Then I can wait till he turns the other direction and shoot him in the back. 4 bullets and keys. That's not what I wanted to do. Still locked? What's in here? Do we have something good in here? Bullets would be great. Bullets! Hey! Unlimited bullets, I believe. I hit the trigger. I hit L and it tried to open it normally. There we go. Grab more bullets. I hit the button 3 times. This is getting really scary. This is getting scary. All right, I have 9 bullets. I don't want to risk it at this point. Let's get 10. And sorry, once again, I'm going to have to run into a wall to holster my weapon. Like I said, I have the manual. There's no button for it. I've tried all the buttons. Of course. Try the keys. Okay. Let's head this way. We're going to take our time. I don't want to mess up at this point. All right, I remember being here before. It's not what I wanted to do, but I will accept it. Okay, I'm going to hope that going to the left is where I need to go here. You know what? Let's try going up. Please, keys work. All right, thank you. There's no SS officers. That's always a good sign. I'm getting tense here. That should not have hit me. All right, come on, keys. Still locked. All right. You would assume that like having as many keys as I do, it would start working out for me, but so far, not so much. All right, let's shoot it. Like, there's still a chance that trying my keys will open it. Yeah, after I shoot it. I don't understand. What do you have? 9 bullets and keys. 9 bullets is what I want to see. Okay. All right, that worked out okay. Are you coming this way? All right. I'll take advantage of that. And we found the way up. Still have 5 bullets. How do I get around you? I have to go this way. Okay. I'm getting nervous, but we're in a good spot here. That's an SS officer. I'm going. He did not spot me. He did not spot me. And I think this is the exit. Nope. Oh, I had high hopes about that one. That looks like the room with the exit. I think it's to the right. Okay, once again, no SS officer. We got through one. He didn't see me. All right, so he should stay there. He shouldn't come after me. All right, up here. And then this way. And maybe we can make it out of here. Why you gotta do this to me? Okay. We're on the 5th floor. We gotta be getting close here. All right, we escaped with the plans, which means we got the good ending, so to speak. Otherwise, it just says that you escaped. And we've won, and that is Castlevania. That was Castlevania? Wow, no, that's not a thing. Castle Wolfenstein. That is Castle Wolfenstein. I got so excited I thought I was playing something else. But we have made it out. We have gotten the victory screen, and I am very happy about that. So with the game now played, it's time to talk about how it holds up today. Playing the game today, the game does feel very dated. The highlights of the game at the time were definitely the sound and the sense of stealth. And I would say that those are the things that kind of aged the worst about this game. The sound sounds very digitized. It's kind of hard to make out what the people are saying. It's all in German, which doesn't help, but I did pick up Auf Wiedersehen. I picked up Halt. I pick up Kaputt when they kill me. But other than that, it's a little hard to figure out what characters are saying, not necessarily because it's in another language, but also because of how it sounds. The sound in the game is arguably the worst part of the game for me. The sound when you mess up and hit a wall or something is needless and aggravating, I would say. But ultimately, I would say that I had fun. There was a lot of frustration for me in this game, though, because of not only technical difficulties that I had while trying to play the game, but also the frustration of making it so far and then having something happen that didn't feel that consequential that made me had to start over. And that happened repeatedly. The randomness of the game, I think, is something that doesn't necessarily hold up too well. Unlike Rogue, for instance, where I feel that the randomness of the game is one of the highlights of the game. In this game, I would say that the randomness is a deterrent. I don't think it necessarily brings a new experience to you. Rooms are going to be more or less the same. You just don't know when that SS officer is going to show up. But trying to find your way through is going to have a very varying experience depending on the randomness that does show up. Sometimes it's going to be very easy. You'll get the bullets, you'll max out on bullets, you'll get the uniform, you'll get the SS bulletproof vest very quickly. And then the rest of the game is just trying to avoid SS officers and avoid making mistakes. Then there's the times that you don't get the uniform for like 3 or 4 rooms, or you have to kill an officer to get a uniform, or there's times where they don't give you the key that you need and you just kind of have to hope that you can shoot the door and then unlock the door using the keys that you have. It's a little strange how that ends up. And then of course there's the times that the chests that you want are going to have this long delay on it. And I don't really see the purpose of the long delay, other than if an SS officer is chasing you. But I've never wanted to play the game that way, where you see an SS officer and run and hope that he doesn't catch up to you. That's not the way that this game really functions. He will just kind of spawn in the room after a given amount of time. So I don't necessarily see the point of the delays in opening the boxes. The SS officers aren't enough of a reason for me for that, and they're possibly the only reason, other than trying to frustrate you. Oh, I don't want to look at this treasure chest. It's going to take, 240 seconds, even though it's not a full 240 seconds. Overall, the replayability of this game, I would say, is low. I don't necessarily want to go back and try it again. I definitely don't want to try it on a harder difficulty. That basically will mean more SS officers, more guards and stuff like that. But once you get the uniform, the number of guards doesn't really matter as much as you making sure that you press the buttons the right way and make sure that you do it the proper way. And the control scheme has not dated well either. Why they couldn't just do a simple up, down, left, right like every other game that we've played, I'm not entirely sure. They decided to do a stop and go style of movement that I don't think works well for the precise controls that this game kind of wants. Then the controls on the gun, I would say, are okay. It's just that I can't press the buttons fast. I can press the buttons too fast, I should say. I can hit, point left and shoot, and that would have been too fast. I have to have it left, shoot, and then that would work. The grenades also have a long cooldown, I guess we could call it, where you can throw it and then you really do have to wait for it to explode, everything to settle, characters to move a little bit, and then you can maybe think about throwing a second time. That kind of adds up to a frustrating experience for a modern gamer. For the time, I would say that this is good. It's a good game, but I would say that it's fun to revisit, but I would say that it needs some improvements. There are other versions of this kind of game, I guess I could say, that do improve upon what you see here, and I would say those are probably the better versions. But this was the original, and I thought that it was worth checking out. But the visuals aren't that great. The layout of the game is basically the same as Berserk. The gameplay, it's okay, but it doesn't really hold up that well. The sound, I would say, holds up the worst. The replayability is low, at least for me. And that's my modern take on the game. By June 1982, 20,000 copies of the game were sold. Critics had mixed opinions on the game. While the game was seen as a thrilling escape, the game was criticized for the slow and sometimes annoying gameplay. The game would be popular enough with the players to spawn a sequel, and even a commercial game trainer, which was a piece of software that would alter Castle Wolfenstein's code. Castle Wolfenstein would keep Muse Software going, and we will hear from Muse Software again. We will also be hearing from Silas Warner again, as he would continue to work on developing video games. And that will do it for the story of Castle Wolfenstein for now. My name is Baller Scuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video, where we'll continue an old adventure.